How's it going, everyone? This is Movie and Game Lover 98, and today I'll be doing a DVD review on this Thomas and Friends DVD, the third release to come out in 2015, plus it's the very first season 19 mainstream release in the US. So yeah, and it's going to be on Whale of a Tale. So yep, let's get started, and I hope you guys like this DVD review. So yep, here's what my copy looks like. This is my second copy. The history on Whale of a Tale, I actually noticed something on the wiki page. I actually screwed this up in my 101 Dalmatians 2 Patches London Adventure movie review, that Blu-ray came out one day before this release, but this release actually came out the same time as that Blu-ray. So my apologies there. So if you guys want to see me, like, I could make this correction right here. But anyway, yeah. So I think, yes, this was released June 9th, 2015, exclusively at Walmart. And I think it might have been released years later, but without the slipcover. The release itself. So yep, I think that was it. So yep, let's get in with the review. That's all the history. Now let's look at my copy. So yep, here's what my copy looks like. It's the second copy because I bought this off of eBay because, frankly, I didn't like the way it looked. Well, you'll see in why in a minute. Up here, it says 5 new never-before-seen adventures. Cranky up there. Yep, next to the Thomas Friends logo. And Harold up there in the top right corner. Thomas and Friends logo. Whale of a Tale and other solo adventures. Wow, they're going back to using the subtitle ever since classic series releases. I think that was the Percy's Ghostly Trick DVD, if I'm not mistaken. Well, in chronological order, but I just say one of the releases was the last one to use the subtitle in the home media releases in chronological order. Anyway, only at Walmart sticker, because, well, I bought this off of eBay, but I think this was originally Walmart exclusive. And the reason I bought the second copy is because I didn't like the way it looked pink on Thomas and Toad's face. And, well, yeah, there's Thomas and Toad and the whale. I didn't like how it looked pink on their faces because it looked weird. But at the same time, I wanted that DVD so bad because it looked so cool when I got the new 3DS XL in black. But, yeah, and it didn't even have the only Walmart sticker, but this one does. Yep, here's the front. Here are the spines of the slipcover with the portrait of Thomas on the front. And yep, here's the back. The Thomas Friends logo. Yep. Tall Tales and Big Adventures. Barcode peeking out through the slipcover and your blurb about the release in the center. And the crate of bouncy balls bouncing all over the place during the episode Who's Jeffrey? And you got Thomas and Salty, of course. Yep, the episodes contain Toad and the Whale, Who's Jeffrey, The Truth About Toby, Lost Property, and Henry Spots Trouble. Yep, bonus features Guess Who Puzzles, and Fun with Driver Perkins, which is a segment of him visiting the Heritage Railway. And yep, link to the Thomas Friends website and some of your legalese down there below, because this is a Universal release after all. Yeah, because every single release primarily will just be Universal from now on, because we all know that. And yep, there's the rest of your legalese. Yep, here's the disc, squished up version of the poster art. Yep. And actually, yes, like I was talking about when my thing was pink on the slipcover, the actual DVD was normal. But I like how it's normal on both because, I don't like that pink filter on Thomas's face, or Toad's face at that. So yep, this is a nice release. I gotta say, some of these episodes are decent. Like, the episode Toad and the Whale, as I was saying, it's about a whale. Toad and the Whale, because it's got the word in it. Toad and the Whale, the episode itself, because that's part of it. Yep, where Toad spotted a whale at Bluffs Cove, at the beach at Bluffs Cove, but Oliver really doesn't believe him. And yes, he gets sick of Toad singing, but then, after they realize there's a whale. And the best way to make the whale get some really big air in him was to take him to the deep water at the docks. And Toad's idea seemed to work. Anyway, Who's Jeffrey? Where a lot of fandom of Thomas were a throw by this episode, because Thomas just makes things worse when he just blames it. He just makes up an engine that doesn't even exist. He just decides to call him Jeffrey, and what to expect. And man, his Jeffrey impression, even though I wish someone else was the main star instead of Thomas, is so funny. I could even try it myself, but I don't want to. Anyway, the truth about Toby is where after taking scrap to the smelters, Toby got stuck in the siding at the scrapyard, and everyone kept passing by, and they kept spreading rumors thinking that Toby might be scrapped, but he was just stuck in the scrapyard after running out of coal after not listening to Henrietta. And yeah, I think Salty should have been the one who got in trouble because he was the one who started that rumor because Thomas told Salty Toby's far too useful to be scrapped. But anyway, Lost Property, it's a cool episode because everyone is being inspected by the railway inspectors like they're doing different engines. And Thomas finds the grumpy inspector's gold watch that he lost by accident, and it was on Annie's floor, and he would have been really upset. But luckily, Thomas was able to save it. And the last episode, Henry spots trouble. Man, this episode was banned in Australia, but I don't know why people do not like this episode. Neither Who's Jeffrey or The Truth About Toby. This one I find okay, but I don't know why Henry would just keep exaggerating over his friends having chicken pox when it's literally just they just had accidents. Like, when Butch accidentally revved his back wheel and spread mud all over Thomas's face. And another thing that I would have liked, oh my god, seriously, why did Connor have to just race through the station at fast speed? There was paint on the tracks. Couldn't he have just applied his brakes? Well, I'm going to say this. All this would have not happened if Henry would have ran all screaming like a whiny, crabby baby, like scaredy baby. Oh my god. Wouldn't it have been much easier if Connor just applied his brakes when he realized there was paint on the tracks after the painter accidentally knocked over the paint of can onto the tracks? Couldn't he have just applied his brakes but just said, "Sorry, Gordon," before Gordon said, "Oh, the indignity." But anyway, I'm proving a point. And also, just to clarify, before I wrap this up, this is also the 11th CGI Thomas DVD to not have games on the bonus features. Because the 3 of the Nitrogen Era, Creaky Cranky, Wobbly Wheels and Whistles, and Animals Aboard, plus the 5 from 2014 after Spills and Thrills, don't have games. So this makes this the 11th. Just to clarify. So anyways, as I want to say before I go off on a tangent, Whale of a Tale, I say it's worth watching every Thomas fan. Maybe you'll like some of these episodes because, this is the first time in an episodic release to have Thomas is voiced by Joseph May. This is the first time we have Percy's new voice actor, this Chris guy, which I don't know his last name, but I know he's just voiced by this Chris gentleman. And yes, Rob Rackstraw voices James and Keith Wickham as Sir Tom Hatt's new voice in episodes, in an episodic release. So if you guys out there have not seen Whale of a Tale, I say give it a try if you don't have this release, or you can watch the release on YouTube at that. So anyways, that's going to be it for this DVD review, everyone, on Whale of a Tale. This is going to be a long one, because I forgot to point out that one thing earlier, but that's okay. But hopefully next one's review, it'll be much quicker, because it's going to be a lot easier, because you'll see why in the next one. So once you guys out there, if you've not seen Whale of a Tale, give it a watch and tell me what you think about it, and stay tuned for the next Thomas DVD review coming up next, and it's going to be on one hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to do. So stay tuned for that one coming up next.